What's up, everybody? It's Real from Real Fantasy Football Talk, and today I'm doing a team preview of the Buffalo Bills. Like every team preview, I get my lines from Underdog, and I'll share the over-unders with you, as well as the yes or no questions they have for the players. And then I'm going to, after the players part of the video, I'm going to go into the team portion of the video and talk about the offseason that the Bills had, and then I'll give you my prediction as to where I think they'll finish this year. All right, first off, we got Josh Allen. 2.5 playoff games started. Over-under passing TD title. Over-under 10.5 rushing TDs. Over-under 27.5 passing touchdowns. Over-under 499.5 rushing yards. Over-under 3,799.5 passing yards. Over-under the passing yard title. I do think they could get it done with the 2.5 playoff games started. It's going to be a tough race, I think, in the AFC between the Bengals, Chiefs, and Bills, and probably a couple other teams. But yeah, I could see them doing that. That'd either be a trip to the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl, depending on where they fit into the standings. The passing touchdown title, I don't think so. I think they're more of a passing team. They're not going to really... more of a rushing team. They're not going to really pass the ball like that, so I don't see them getting the passing TDs, but I do see them getting the 10.5 rushing TDs. I can see them getting the 500 rushing yards. I could see them getting the 3,800 passing yards, but it'd probably be a little close. And the passing yard title, I don't see them getting that either. James Cook, over-under 9.5 rushing TDs. Over-under 974.5 rushing yards. Over-under 2.5 100-yard games. I actually put a bet in, a season-long bet for James Cook to get this 10 touchdowns. So obviously I can see him getting that. I can see him getting 975, but I can also see him using Ray Davis a lot more too, so that could be tricky. The 2.5 100-yard games, I can see him getting that. He's explosive. They give him the ball a lot. Next player is Khalil Shakir. We have two props. Over-under 774.5 receiving yards. Over-under 1.5 100-yard games. I could see him getting the yards. The 775 yards. The 100-yard games, that one would be close. Because, like I said, they're more of a running team, so I could see him getting the yards or the total yards. Dalton Kincaid is the next player. Over-under 3.5 receiving touchdowns and over-under 599.5 receiving yards. Again, I can see it. Although they did add a receiver to the mix. I'll get on that a little later, but I could see it. He was, first-round pick Dalton Kincaid. He did kind of put up a stinker type year last year, but I can see him bouncing back this year. And the last player is Keon Coleman, one of my favorite players for the Bills this year. Over-under 5.5 receiving touchdowns, over-under 749.5 receiving yards, over-under 1.5 100-yard games. I could see him doing that. I could see him doing all three. I definitely could. 6 touchdowns, 750 yards, and 2. Yeah, I can see that. Keon Coleman's a big, explosive receiver. He averaged almost 20 yards a catch last year, so I can see him going crazy this year. All right, now to the team portion of the video. In free agency, the Bills picked up Josh Palmer, receiver from the Chargers. Big separator type receiver. I like him for the Bills, man. That was a good pick. I think they did really good this year in the offseason. Edge Joey Bosa, another explosive playmaker on the defensive side of Larry Ogunjobi, D tackle in the middle to go along with what's that short dude name? Ed Oliver. There we go. And then they brought back Tre'Davious White. He was on the Rams last year, now he's back on the Bills. I like it. I like all the moves. I like all the moves for this team. They didn't really need to do too much. They just needed to add some support. Damn, I think I gotta do this shit. And in the draft, the Bills, with the first round pick, they picked up cornerback Maxwell Hairston from Kentucky. Second round, they went with T.J. Sanders, defensive tackle out of South Carolina. Third round, they went with Landon Jackson, edge rusher from Arkansas. And in the fourth round, they picked up Deion Walker, defensive tackle, big nose tackle, big run stuffing nose tackle from Kentucky. Again, I like the moves. They went all defense, 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 defense. That offense is pretty set. Josh Allen, James Cook, Ray Davis. You got Ty Johnson as the backup. You got Dalton Kincaid at tight end. Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, Josh Palmer. They got Curtis Samuel. They're set on offense. The O-line is good. They need defense, and I like the picks that they did, that they went and got. And now for the prediction part, I feel like the Bills will win their division handily over the Jets, Dolphins, and Patriots. I like the Bills. I like what they got going on. I think that it's time, like I said in the Ravens video, Lamar, Josh Allen, one of y'all got to get over the hump. And I don't know which one at this point, but both of them guys need to get it done. This has been Real Fantasy Football Talk with the team preview of the Buffalo Bills. Make sure you tune in, like, subscribe, and share if you made it this far in the video and you found some value in this video. Make sure you subscribe so you can be on point with the next videos that I'll be dropping. I hope everybody have a great day. Hey, stay on the grind.